All right. I want to wrap it up with this because I do want to hear your take on it. Did you watch one or two of the Chappelle show?
I watched both of them.
Chappelle's. Did you like them or did you not? I'm always interested in Serial's reviews because I'll tell you what I thought after I hear but I want to hear your take on them.
That motherfucker got a serious nicotine addiction.
Oh, the first one where he couldn't have a cigarette?
Well, no.
He just kept touching his...
Like, you're not a smoker, but I noticed it. Like, he kept doing, like, the smoking thing to his lips and touching his lips.
The entire first one, I didn't know what was going on until the second
in the second one, he kept grabbing his pocket. He had a front shirt pocket. He kept holding onto his front shirt pocket because there was supposed to be a pack of cigarettes there. Like, I know that feeling. He's just... When he was working through his act, you can see him just grabbing at that pack of cigarettes. And then eventually in the second one, he asked for like, who's got a cigarette? Let me smoke one. No,
that was the craziest. That's when I saw how comfortable he was on stage, when he literally just bummed a cigarette from somebody in the audience and then just kind of like took like a 5-minute smoke break and chatted. You know, like he was like, he put his feet up on the fucking thing.
On the monitor,
down.
Yeah.
He just fucking hung for a minute and had a cigarette. And I was like, this dude is as comfortable as you can be on stage. It was fucking crazy.
I assume there's going to be more of those because it was episode 1 and episode 2.
He's banked. I guess this whole time he's been disappeared because he's got Dave Chappelle money. He's taken film crews with him and filmed all these specials and kind of kept them in a vault somewhere.
The other thing too that I find weird that like I kind of got from the comedy specials was that like he may not admit it himself, but it sounds like he took time off to raise his kid. He pulled a fucking Rick Moranis. He took 10 years off to raise his kid.
Well, maybe that's what a lot of it had to do with, because like he did claim, the reason he claimed he did all that Chappelle show shit where he disappeared is because he saw a white guy laughing too hard at a sketch and thought that what he was trying to say was lost, and it had just become like, he felt like it had become like, let's laugh at the black guy, you know, instead of like, let's make really good humor, but also do social commentary or whatever. So I think that's why he said he quit, but it did, you know, I got the vibe because he did talk a lot. I didn't even know he's married until these specials.
Yeah.
He's married and got like kids.
It sounds like he became a very, very rich man very quickly and took some time off to hang out with his kids and family for like 10 years.
Now, did you, from the content, because there was one, in my mind, one great special and one that I would consider to be like, it was for any other comedian would be like great, but for Chappelle was just like good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, out of the two, I thought the first one was good. I mean, I don't know if it was because I hadn't seen Chappelle in forever. The second one, he seemed a lot more comfortable. Who knows when they were filmed? But
so that's the one that's getting, the one that says Deep in the Heart of Texas. The second one, is the one that's getting the best. Like people are saying that's the best one.
Oh, I like the first one.
That's what I thought.
As a punch for punch joke.
The first one was the best one. Because I was laughing out loud at the first one and also he had a good framing device. And the fact that from the start he was trial. Like, hey, I got 4. Yeah, it was a good framing device because it felt like,
I really thought that was like brilliant.
And then,
because he kept like, I knew it was coming after the first time he did it, like fool me once, but he fooled me every time. I didn't know when it was coming. I'd lose track of my thoughts and just follow the story.
Yeah, because he would rant in between.
Yeah.
He would go on like 15 minutes. He basically did 4 15-minute comedy segments and then in between each one, dropped a little OJ story.
Yeah, back to the OJ.
But you're right. You would forget the OJ framing device, but it made it packaged.
It was
nicely,
great. Yeah, it was great storytelling.
Yeah, I really liked that first special. I laughed a lot at it, man. And I did not catch what you caught until the second special with the cigarette thing, because the whole first special, that was the only thing that was distracting me, was where he kept touching his lips, and I was like, what is he fucking doing? But now I get it. The guy was just fiending a cigarette for an hour.
Yeah.
He was just going, God damn it, I need a cigarette right now.
Yeah.
It just reminded me, like, because I have watched a lot of comedy specials. Netflix now puts one out every Tuesday, a new comedy special. And I've watched them all. I watched Jim Norton's last week. The week before that, I watched Amy Schumer. But it's like seeing a guy, to me, again, like you were just talking about, like comfort level on stage or whatever. He's such a like another level as far as like the craft. And so like, that's why like that second one, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, I don't know, it was like fucking my wife jokes and my kid jokes and sex jokes. And I was like, for some reason I expected more from him, you know, like higher minded ideas.
Yeah.
Because the first one, he talked about some really interesting shit.
Well, that's why I assume there's going to be a handful of these. It's going to be like a series. He'll put out like 6-hour-long specials or something. I don't know.
Well, there will be another one that will come out this year. So they paid him $60 million for some kind of we don't know deal, but it's a multi-year deal. And the agreement for 2017 was 3 specials. So he's going to do 2 from the vault, which he's got this giant vault. And then he's going to do 1 brand new, like that'll probably be about, because obviously like there was some dated material in there.
Yeah. I definitely noticed that.
Sterling jokes and fucking Ray Rice jokes and shit like that.
Yeah.
But obviously the 2017 shit will probably be like new shit, Trump shit, or it's all going to be current. So
that's the saddest thing, man. I don't know if you've ever been to a comedy show. I went and saw with JJ or something, the guy from goddamn Moving On Up to the Sun.
Dynamite.
Yeah, I saw that.
JJ Walker.
Yeah, JJ Walker. I saw that guy live back in like maybe 5 years ago. Hell, maybe at 10 years ago at this point. But still, he was doing like Pamela Anderson boob jokes and Bill Clinton jokes. It was the saddest thing. Yeah, it was the saddest thing I've seen. Like, this is like 20 years out of date, dude.
Well, that's why I think you can notice comedians who have spent 20 years on the road honing an act, and then they get famous, but they don't know what the fuck to do after that.
Yeah, it took them a long time to get where they were.
Well, and they've built this 1 hour. They spent 20 years building an hour of solid material, and then they're like, oh, people want more of that. I can't wait another 20 years, right? I gotta fucking make it faster.
Yeah.
I think this happened to Ron White. Ron White, when everybody first saw him on Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
He did 2 hours that were good.
But have you watched any shit he's done since then? It's just not the same.
Well, I should, because like I listen to him on podcasts, and he's a hilarious motherfucker. He tells great stories.
I almost think that's a better format for him. I think he's like Artie Lang. Artie Lang is a great storyteller, but like his comedy is like, you're doing this joke again? But like when you hear him just tell stories, it's fucking great. Ron White is a character, as a personality. Like he'd be a hell of a podcast host because he has an interesting take on things and he's naturally funny.
Yeah.
But when you watch his stand up after those first 2 specials, it was just downhill, dude. Downhill. Amy Schumer, I think that happened to her.
Oh,
like her very first special was really good.
You didn't like Leather Dress or whatever she has now?
The leather special?
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it yet.
It wasn't that good, dude.
I don't expect
Norton
much.
Probably had the Jim Norton special is probably his best special in ever, maybe. Because it was actually funny the whole way through.
I'll have to give him a try too, because I see Jim Norton as a radio personality more than anything. I don't think he's that funny, you know. So I don't know. I assume I've listened to a special of his before, but I just don't think Jim Norton's that funny.
Yeah, no, it's either you get it, but this latest one I think is probably his like broadest comedy because most of the time he's just straight up. It's just transsexual humor and I have a foot fetish humor. Like it's just like, let me tell you about all my weird sexual quirks. This one he talks about a lot of different shit.
Are all comedians into feet? Because really Chappelle mentioned feet as well.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck, he did. Maybe that's a weird comedian thing. I don't know. So what would you give them on your scale? What would you give the Chappelle's?
Both of them are worth the watch. Yeah. I mean, they're funny. It's Chappelle. It's a little weird getting used to like buff Chappelle compared to skinny Chappelle.
What happened? I was with you. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, when did he start lifting weights? It's not the same. I like skinny Chappelle.
No, it's not. I like it better or worse. It's just like, you got to get used to it. It's a different look. But yeah, both of them highly recommended. I don't know. I mean, comedy specials aren't on the same, fucking movie scale. But yeah, they're both worth a watch. They're good.